You know, over the last year, Senator Obama and I were part of a great debate about the war in Iraq. Both of us agreed that the Bush administration had pursued a failed policy there, and we had to change course. Where Senator Obama and I disagreed fundamentally was what course we should take. I called for a comprehensive new strategy, a surge of troops and counterinsurgency to win the war. Senator Obama disagreed. He opposed the surge, predicted it would increase sectarian violence, and called for our troops to retreat as quickly as possible. In January of 2007, and I quote him, quote, "We cannot impose a military solution on what was effectively become a civil war. And until we acknowledge that reality, we can't send 15,000 more troops, 20,000 more troops, 30,000 more troops." And then he went on to say, "I don't know any expert on the region or any military officer that I've spoken to privately that believes that that is going to make a substantial difference on the situation on the ground." He goes on to say today, quote, "I had no doubt we would see a reduction in violence with the surge." Flip-floppers all over the world are enraged. Today we know he was wrong. The surge has succeeded, and because of its success, the next president will inherit a situation in Iraq in which America's enemies are on the run and our soldiers are beginning to come home. Senator Obama is departing soon on a trip abroad that will include a fact-finding mission to Iraq and Afghanistan. And I note that he's speaking today about his plans for Iraq and Afghanistan before he's even left, before he has talked to General Petraeus, before he has seen the progress in Iraq, and before he has set foot in Afghanistan for the first time. In my experience, and I've traveled a lot around the world, usually at your expense, in my experience, fact-finding missions usually work best the other way around. First, you assess the facts on the ground, then you present a new strategy. My friends, the situation in Iraq is much improved, and another test awaits whoever wins the election. And we all know it's the war in Afghanistan. The status quo is not acceptable. Security in Afghanistan has deteriorated, and our enemies are on the offensive. From the moment the next president walks into the Oval Office, he will face critical decisions and crucial decisions about Afghanistan. Senator Obama will tell you we can't win in Afghanistan without losing in Iraq. In fact, he has it exactly backwards. It is precisely the success of the surge in Iraq that shows us the way to succeed in Afghanistan. With the right strategy and the right forces, we can succeed in both Iraq and Afghanistan, and they are not disconnected. Success breeds success. Failure breeds failure. I know how to win wars. I know how to win wars. If I'm elected president, I'll turn around the war in Afghanistan, just as we have turned around the war in Iraq, with a comprehensive strategy for victory. I know how to do that. When I am commander-in-chief, there will be nowhere the terrorists can run and nowhere they can hide. I want to assure you, you can have complete confidence that I will get Osama bin Laden and bring him to justice. I will do that. I will do that. The crimes he has committed against the people of this nation. Let me conclude by reminding you that in wartime, judgment and experience matter. They matter. In time of war, the commander-in-chief doesn't get a learning curve. If I have that privilege, I will bring to the job many years of military and political experience that gave me the judgment necessary to make the right call in Iraq a year and a half ago. I supported the surge because I believed it was the only realistic chance to reverse the disaster our previous strategy had caused, and the right thing to do for our country. And although events have proven me right, my position, as you may recall, was not very popular at the time. And I risked my own political ambitions when I took it. When I tell you I will put my country's interests, your interests, before party, before any special interest, before my own interests, every hour of every day I'm in office, you can believe me, because for my entire adult life, in war and peace, nothing has ever been more important to me than the security and well-being of the country I love. Thank you for being here today, and I'd like to respond to questions or comments that you have. Thank you so much.